So we've arrived on the belay of a multi-pitch climb, and we're going to look at how to use the reverso in guide mode. So what do we mean by that? Well, when we belay on the ground, we tend to belay through the belay loop on our harness, but on a multi-pitch climb, we clip the reverso into the belay anchor, and this gives us more options, like that. Next up, taking the slack. That's our climber on the end, and then we're going to load the rope. Now, when you load the rope, you're going to take real care that the climbing end goes to the climber and the braking end goes to you.
As you can see, here is the climber's rope and here is the braking side of the rope.
After that,
you clip a locking carabiner through both ropes and also the steel cable of the reverso and screw up the gate. The purpose of this carabiner is important. If my second falls, the loaded rope will crush the braking side of the rope into the grooves of the reverso. This will have the effect of creating the friction which allows me to stop the fall.
Once it's loaded, we just double check it's working and it's operational, give it a tug, that's good. So when I'm belaying, I can take in slack easily, but if the climber falls,
the device works as we have just seen in the drawing.
But of course I still keep my hand on the braking end of the rope. So one of the advantages of using the reverse is that you can belay two climbers independently. So if one is traveling faster, the other's traveling slower. When we're belaying, we take in the rope like this, both ropes at the same time, and then we can take in on one rope, just the red, and then the blue rope. Another reason the reverso works so well in guide mode is for situations when you might need to take your hands off the rope. Now, if you're going to do this, you should always put knots in the braking end. There's various ways you can do this. You take both ropes together, overhand knot. And the reason for this, of course, is so that they can't slide through the device and you can take your hands off the rope. So a common question is how you're going to give slack, because obviously if you pull down on the climber's rope, the device will lock. You solve this simply by clipping the carabiner into this point, you pull that, the device rotates, and slack can come through.